What's up, y'all? AJ Simmons checking in for another video. Quick video today. I'm gonna go over how to sell your cleaning franchise. Shout out to Latressa, CDN member. She brought up this topic in the group, and I think I spoke on this before, but I'm gonna just touch on it real briefly. So basically, if you want to sell your cleaning franchise, first thing is this: hopefully, you bought your cleaning franchise in the name of an LLC or corporation and not in your own name. Okay? If you bought it in your own name, then what you're gonna have to do is sell the franchise to another person, and then have them, take over the assumption of all of the different terms and agreements that you assumed when you signed the franchise agreement. All right. You could sell it back to the franchise itself, or just straight give it back to the franchise if you want it back that bad. But you can discuss with your master franchise owner if you want to sell back to them, or you can find another person that you can sell to, and then they'll be responsible for those terms and conditions of the franchise agreement instead of you at that point. But hopefully, like I said, you bought in the LLC or corporation name. So if you did that, it's two ways that you can sell that franchise. You can either switch over everything, the LLC, the current LLC. If all you do in that LLC is the cleaning franchise, you don't have, like some lawn care business, or you some type of other thing that you do with the LLC in that business, you do just the cleaning franchise in that business, then you can sign over the LLC and EIN number to the person who's buying it from you, and instead of them buying the franchise, they now buy the company, that LLC, from you, and they take over that company. Okay, now that way is great because you don't have to do a transfer. You don't have to pay a transfer fee, because a lot of times franchise owners will charge, master franchise owners will charge unit franchise owners a transfer fee because it's changing the name of the unit franchisee. So for example, if you had an LLC and then the person that wants to buy your franchise had an LLC and they bought just the franchise from you, then the master franchise owner has the right to charge you a transfer fee. Some do, some don't, and sometimes it can be very, very a hefty fee, and other times it might just be $500. Okay, when I sold mine, they were trying to charge me a huge transfer fee based on the growth that my business brought in. So I decided to go the route of just selling the entire LLC. Okay, so you can do that route. You can transfer the LLC and the EIN over to the person's name, and then they're just responsible going forward with the taxes of that company, the EIN number, making sure the LLC is renewed every year, all of those things. And then, like I said, the other way is to just transfer the unit franchise itself from your LLC to the person's LLC that's trying to buy it. And like I said, the only reason that's a good way to do it, because that way, let's just say your books weren't in order or anything with your current LLC, this new person buying the business doesn't have to try to clean up your mess. But the problem is, you might get charged, or they might get charged a transfer fee. So if you were the franchisor will charge a transfer fee, you can include the transfer fee cost in the price of your franchise when you sell it. Okay, so that's one way to get around that. Or you can just pay it yourself. Okay, so that's kind of how that can go. All right, but that's basically all you have to do. Then once you sell your franchise, make sure that you read all of your franchise agreement. Make sure that there's no stipulations like that you can't practice in this business outside of them for like up to a year or something like that. Usually once you sell it, it's sold, and you're not bound to any terms. You can move on independent after that. And I'm told that legally they're non-compete. I'm told that legally they can't stop you from doing business anyway like that. So if you sell it, it's sold, and you can roll. Okay, but again, make sure you speak with them. Make sure y'all have a complete understanding of what you're trying to do. If you're going to sell it and you want to go independent immediately, to make sure you just discuss it with them. Let them know, hey, I don't want to be in it franchise at all. I don't want no parts of it. I'm selling to this person. They're going to roll with it. You know what I mean? Make sure you break it down. Y'all have a clear understanding that you're going to be independent, and they have no problem with you going independent. Okay, so that's what it comes down to. I recommend that you sell it. If you're going to go independent, I recommend that you sell the franchise. Don't try to do no sneaky stuff and get contracts outside of them, knowing that they don't allow it. You know what I mean? If you're with one of those franchise companies that don't allow you to get contracts outside of them, then just follow the rules. Sell the franchise first, and then go independent. And that's what I got on it. If you want more help on that, or if you want to go independent, make sure you join us in Clean Biz Network. Go to cleanbiznetwork.com and you can click join, or you can get the Cleaning Business Starter Kit course and that'll make you a member as well. The course right now is only $347. Or you can buy the full starter kit for $19.97 to come with your equipment, the course, membership to the group, as well as 10 free leads from our lead generation service. All right, so hopefully this video was able to help y'all. I will talk to y'all soon. AJ Simmons, thank you. Oh, one more thing I forgot to add too. So if you still owe on a balance, if you financed your franchise and you still owe a note to them, then make sure you include the cost of the balance in the sale price, or you can just have the person that buys the franchise from you, they can take over the note. So say, for example, they pay you to take over the franchise itself. So they buy the franchise from you because it's still income producing even though you have a note on it. But then they just assume the payments, okay? So they assume any payments that you have ongoing because you're making payments on like sales and marketing fees or the franchise itself when you first bought it, okay? For those independent people listening to this, it's like, what are you talking about with all these fees? Listen, if you independent, don't even worry about all these fees, and that's your problem. Just be happy you don't got to deal with that, all right? But that's how you would deal with that, all right? Either they can take over the monthly payments, or you put that the cost of what you owe into the sale price, all right? Again, now you could sell the franchise itself back to the company, or you can give it back to them. If you give it back to them, then knows what you owe, which is basically it's like a gift, because the value of your contracts would, you know, override the value of what you owe on them more than likely. So you could just give it back to them. That way you won't owe anything. But if you don't owe anything to them and you want to sell it back to them, that's definitely doable, okay? And because when you get those, when you sell the, like when they get those contracts back from you, they're gonna sell them to somebody else anyway as a franchise owner. So why wouldn't you sell it back to them? Okay, so if you do want to get out fast, try to sell it to them, okay? Because it will be time consuming to try to sell it to another person outside of a franchise, or you know, any independent person and not the actual master franchise itself. Okay, so hopefully I was able to help talk to y'all later.